Happy
Good evening.
Friday. Happy
It's
New
Friday. How
Year.
y'all
It's
doing?
it's Friday. Yay.
Yeah.
Whenever Krssi comes through to the show.
Hey!
Oh my goodness, Krssi, we got you back.
You got me back.
Thank
I
you
was
for
at the last
returning.
one. Yes.
I know. We love to see you back. We love to
Thank
see you
you.
here.
I'm excited to be here. Thank you for having me yet again.
Of course, of
I'm like the
course.
substitute
Whenever
teacher that you can't get rid of now.
we would never get rid of you. I don't see how we could. I don't see how we could. Krssi, you had an extraordinary week in wrestling. How are we feeling tonight with SmackDown?
SmackDown was it was okay. I mean, I expected more because they hyped it up so much, but I
Uh-huh.
expected a lot more for, New Year's revolution, what they called it.
Revolution? Yeah. More like New
Something.
Year.
New
Yeah, it
Year's
was
revolution, something, I don't know.
New Year's Revolution, but it felt like a New Year blue ball. That's what it felt like. Because there was so much anticipation for
They
this SmackDown, especially with how we kicked
ended.
off the year with Monday Night Raw day one. I feel like we were all expecting something to happen. Maybe a little Pebble Stone was gonna come back
Just a
to
little gem,
SmackDown.
just something.
Just a little something. But
A relative, somebody.
a cuzzo,
A
you
cou-
know, you know, you know how in Thanksgiving you take that cousin walk
yeah.
after Thanksgiving dinner. Maybe he was gonna
Absolutely.
walk his ass down the ramp.
uh,
But we open the show and we see Roman coming through out of the car, not saying a word, but he's here.
Nothing.
His presence is known. He's looking good. It's good to see the tribal chief in the new year in 2024. It's a great way to open up the show. You
Yeah.
got the undisputed champion. He's back and SmackDown. Cute little showing.
Nice little, like, okay, so the tribal chief is here. I guess we're gonna get, someone said they was gonna go to dinner, so let's see what happens. Let's see who wanted to sit at the head of the table. Like, that's what we were anticipating. So that first thought was like, okay, this is how we starting. This is good. This is a good start. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah. And then
And then, and then,
and I
and
waited
then,
and I
and we
waited.
waited, and we waited, and we waited for the whole entire show. But while we were waiting, let's get
Things
into what we
happen.
actually watched. Yes, let's get into the things that happened. We opened up the new show. We opened up the New Year's show with the match for the finals for the U.S. Title tournament. It was Kevin Owens versus Santos Escobar, and surprise, surprise, Logan Paul comes out to commentary. Maybe this was the surprise
Was
that
it
they
though?
thought. It wasn't
Uh,
to me.
I mean, Logan kind of said he was gonna keep coming to these matches anyway, so that really wasn't a surprise to me.
Yeah, it wasn't, but it showed me like when he came out and all of those kids ran to the barricade. Like there was a section of kids near commentary that had the Logan Paul shirts and they had signs too. So when he came out, it made me go like, damn, the kids really love Logan Paul. Like
It's just shocking.
I it is shocking. I mean, like you're around kids all the time with the wrestling
Big
club.
club.
Like
I mean,
I didn't know kids loved Logan Paul like that.
well, the wrestling club don't, well, I can't really probably say that. That's not nice. But they don't really like the hills that much. They go for all the faces and the superheroes and the big, they go for the big guys. So,
It's okay.
uh,
The wrestling club has taste. It's okay. You
yeah.
can say it.
So yeah, I'm trying to say this as nice as possible. Uh, but um, but me personally, I don't. Yeah, I can't. Hate his guts. But him right
Krssi
now.
hated Logan Paul's guts so much that her internet just went out. Oh, hi.
I see. You see that? You see how
Yeah.
they feel? Oh my god! mad about people because it's
I was
been this
gonna
whole,
say, damn, Logan Paul out here for Krssi
you know,
network.
damn Logan. It was Logan's Paul fault. He did it.
He did it. He did it. How dare he? But Kevin Owens wins the tournament. It was an okay match. You know, it was a good match. I feel like the whole entire tournament, I was expecting Kevin Owens to win it, and he did. Big shout out to him, though, for the tournament putting Carmelo Hayes
On
over on
yeah,
SmackDown a
yeah,
few weeks ago.
I agree. Um, Definitely shout out. I mean, once you saw the roster of like who was going to be in it, um, I kind of thought LA Knight would kind of have pivoted to that point, but I guess maybe they're waiting for his moment somewhere else, probably.
Mm-hmm.
But since he still is feuding with the Bloodline, I guess you have to keep him there. So it makes sense for Kevin Owens to win this. Will he win it at Rumble? And oh my God, can you see me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah,
Tell
it
Logan
just
Paul to
froze.
get out of here.
Yeah, see, I can't even talk. Oh my goodness.
But will Kevin Owens win it at the Rumble? I don't know. With WrestleMania
Yeah, I
season
don't
around the
know.
corner, yeah, it's I don't know. WrestleMania season is around the corner. I don't think they're gonna have a missed opportunity to take that title off of Logan. Especially in terms of marketing and branding going into promoting WrestleMania. I don't think that Kevin is going to win it. But fingers crossed it is a good match. I hate to say it, but Logan Paul matches are they are watchable. Hate to say it. Oh, we're over here. Oh no, Krssi. I think I said something. I think I said something wrong. Listen, this is my face right now, guys. I'm looking just like Stephanie right now tonight. This is exactly how I looked. Big shout out to Stephanie though, for having a great show out at SmackDown tonight with her reaction, with her meme worthy face. We miss her face. We love her face. But I'm sure to what Krssi was trying to say until Logan Paul took her Wi-Fi down. Don't really see Kevin Owens winning the title at Royal Rumble. I don't see him winning the Royal Rumble match. I don't see him winning the US title. So we're gonna have to see how it all plays out, of course. But I think it'll be a fun match either way. I mean, you know, it sucks to say, but Logan Paul does have good matches. Isn't that right, Krssi? We got you back. Yay.
Is the Logan Paul segment over? Can I come back in safely?
It's all over.
Oh
We're
my
basically
God.
saying his matches will be great, but Kevin Owens is not going to win at the Royal Rumble. We'll have to see.
I agree with you on that one, friend. He'll probably give Logan Paul and him will probably give a good match, but I think Logan Paul is going to pull it off till at least Mania.
Yeah.
Well,
I
we'll
think
be
so
champion
too.
till Mania.
He will be champion for Mania. I mean, it is WrestleMania season. We're gonna have to see what you
Yeah.
know, everything is being set up, but we gotta get into the return of AOP and Paul Ellering with Karrion Kross and Scarlett interrupting Almighty and the Street Profits. Great. I loved it.
I'm happy for it. However, do we have room for another faction, friends? What are we going to do on SmackDown with this group of people now that they're there?
I think so. It's
okay.
I think so, maybe.
I'm happy to see them. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like, where do we go now with another group of people that are together? You know, I think once we separate these damn belts, the tag belts, we can probably have a good division. And SmackDown has a stack of people that are willing to do these tag team runs and probably give us hell of a matches. So once we get rid of separate the belts, we can have like legit tag teams. Like Bring tag teams back to wrestling, WWE people.
Yeah. I agree. I feel that the unified tag titles is, I think that is the number one thing that messes up the flow with both of the rosters on Monday Night Raw and on
Hmm.
SmackDown.
Yeah.
I think the thing with this return with Karrion Kross and Scarlett and Paul and AOP, this just has potential to be cool. And
It does.
it has so much potential to be cool. I do agree with Joseph in the chat saying that this is the last attempt at keeping Karrion Kross
Now,
relevant.
listen.
I think this is the
Whew.
last attempt to connect him with the crowd, and hopefully it works.
Joseph, if you is not, you not, if you're not lying, you flying, friend, because that right there is all facts. Because again, I have to now figure out how we're going to connect with long hair Karrion Kross. You know, we connected with him when he was bald, and then he was fired, and he came back, and then he had like a short hair. Now he got longer hair. Like,
And then he
how
had a
we got?
mask.
Then he had him exactly. So it's like, let's connect to this character yet again. We're going to change it up, just a tweak a little bit, and then add him with some people. Let's see what happens. Hopefully they judge it. It could, and it had, like you said, it has potential to probably be something really, really good. Will they mess it up? Maybe. Like,
I don't know.
and I don't
Maybe
want
this
them
is
to.
just. I don't want them to either. Maybe this is just an attempt to maybe beef up the Royal Rumble. I wouldn't be surprised if they make it into the Royal Rumble. It has the potential to be cool. They just got to get there. And
Yes.
who knows, maybe with at least with Paul Ellering's help, it could be good, because when they first cut to Karrion Kross and Scarlett and then Paul came through,
Right.
I was like, "Oh, this is great." Like,
Right.
Karrion Kross has two managers now, and that's really
Right.
cool. You
Right.
know?
Right.
And then AOP showed up, and it was like, this is going to sound really messed up, but I thought they got fired.
Me too.
I thought they got
I
released.
no, I legit told my son was like, "Who is that?" I was like, "Oh, it was a right." He's a part of so Mr. Perry's probably going to educate the kids on who AOP is now. But yeah, I could have. So I was like, I thought they got fired in the pandemic, but welcome back, guys. Hey, I
Hey, good to see you.
you guys missed a lot, but I hope you guys are ready. Like
Yeah.
stuff like that.
It's like, hey, welcome back. How was catering?
Right.
Yeah, good to know what they serving. I'm gonna go back
uh,
there and get some.
like they're not even like exactly. Like even like when they have like these like mischief like tag like royal these big royal like these makeshift royal rumbles or things like that. You don't never we haven't seen them in like forever. They just we have
We
like randos
haven't.
like just be in there.
Yeah, I feel really messed up for thinking that they were released, and then to see them again, it was like, oh, did they get re-signed?
So okay, at least we're not the only. Okay, I didn't feel I don't feel bad for telling my son that's not true. I will tell him that they were never fired. But yeah, I didn't know that they still even worked there. I'm what you want me to do? I ain't seen it. What am I supposed to expect?
What do you expect from me when you're releasing so many individuals for the past, what, 4 years?
I mean, I'm surprised. Y'all need to tell people how y'all kept y'all jobs, because other people really wanted their jobs and then they got fired.
I think AOP was just pretending to be the chefs at catering and not like AOP themselves. And they're like, oh, don't worry, this is the salad of the day. And then like production and producers, damn,
Girl,
Krssi hated that.
not the cooks that cater it, friend.
They have like the fake mustaches and shit. And they're like, oh, soup of the day. And then producers
Girl,
were like, where's AOP? And they're like, shh, we're right
here we
here.
are.
What do you need?
We never left. We were always here.
We were always here. What happened to those two chefs in catering? Don't worry about it. Oh my god. I don't know. We're gonna have to see.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely
It
have to
says that
see.
the AOP didn't have a good crowd reaction, but I'm
Yeah,
also
'cause you know why? Because they didn't know that they still worked there.
I was gonna say they probably didn't know who the hell they were, and that's no offense. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you're really good at your job, but
Child, it's not. It's not the crowd's fault.
it's not. It's not. But we don't know who the hell you are. Anyway, so let's move on from the AOPs and Karrion Kross. Good shout out again. The faction has a lot of potential, but we're gonna have to see where it goes. We're gonna have to let it play out.
And now, what do we name them? Oh, sorry. Come on. Never mind.
I don't know. I don't know. What do we name this this group? Eugene Evans says AOP we're enjoying the fried fish with tartar sauce that R-Truth recommended to Shayna Baszler.
Can we keep R-Truth in the bubble? No one touch
my
him. He has to be
God.
like somewhere
He's
secluded.
precious.
He's precious. He is we cannot let any harm happen to that man.
He is so precious. He needs
I wish it could
I
I
think
wish it could go
R-Truth
back and
needs to
forth.
be I wish it could too. I think that R-Truth needs to be the final four in the Royal Rumble.
Girl. Yes. I
I
want
think so.
that would be great.
Imagine, think about the pops. If you had, let me put it out there right now. If you had Cody, CM Punk,
Gunther and him.
I guess Gunther, yeah, Gunther and R-Truth, out of those four, who do you want to win
Yeah.
the Royal Rumble? Who do you want to win the Royal Rumble? That's
R-Truth.
R-Truth, baby. What's up? What's up?
It would be epic. It would be something like let him enter at like 28. No, 29, right? And let him like be in there and then let him be like one of the final four. That would be
Yeah.
so good.
Or even if he showed up at like number 13 or something, it's an
Yeah.
unlucky number. That's one. But if he
Yep.
lasts in the match that long and he like eliminates
Some
so
big
many
yeah.
people,
Oh wow.
imagine Brock Lesnar coming out and R-Truth eliminates him. Baby, sign the check.
Yes.
Sign the check.
It will be a moment. He should get that moment. I definitely agree. Yeah, he should get that moment for sure.
Yeah, he should absolutely get that moment. Oh my god. It was a great moment when he came out during the Royal Rumble and pulled out the ladder and thought it was a ladder match.
Yeah. Oh. I remember that.
So I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see how it goes.
That'd be great. And I hope they sell that shirt that he made with the Judgment Day and he put his name at the bottom.
Oh my god! I hope everyone buys that shirt and just puts R-Truth's name
Yeah. I'm
on
gonna do
all
that.
the shirts.
Yep, I'm gonna do that.
All the shirts. Well, you know how in the like Sami Zayn shirts,
Yes.
especially when he had it with the Usos, where it looked like the fake like
Yeah.
duct tape on.
Yep.
It should just
Yes.
be that with R-Truth and the Judgment Day. Oh my god, that'd be so funny.
I'm gonna have to make
man.
one of those for Mania.
I'm gonna have to make one of those too. I need to. But Maggie says, "Ha ha 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 ha." Low key, the crowd wasn't great tonight, in my humble opinion. That didn't help. It definitely didn't.
They
Where
only
were
popped.
they?
They were in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Surprised.
No, they were in Canada. Was it? Is that? Yes, Canada.
They were in Canada, but I was surprised that the crowd was like that, though.
They only popped for Kevin Owens.
As they should. Period.
I
Our
mean,
Northern King.
there you go. Period. Next.
Eugene Evans says Doomsday is a good name for the group. That is a good name for the group. That is a really good name for the group.
I like it.
But yeah, it's a good name. Let's see if we remember them.
I'm
Anywho,
about
one
to
group
say-
that
See, we're
No.
here tonight. We're here.
go off, go off.
We are here tonight, girl. Like, yes. I was like, I
You
need
know
two
it.
more names to be. What is the deciding factor? I was like, we could put that as a solid 3, Eugene, for that name.
Yeah, we could, Eugene. That's a great shout. It's a great shout. Let's move on to Io Sky and Mia Yim tonight. Cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Cooking.
Start
What
off
do
a
you think
little
of this
slow.
match?
Start off a little wonky, but The girls delivered in the end. They pulled it out. They had to get in a rhythm. I feel like they had to find, and once they found their rhythm, they went off.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think they had the best match of the night, in my opinion. I also want to give a shout to Mia Yim's gear. Looked so good.
Solid. Um, Definitely think that they delivered and cooked. Again, uh, both their match and the ending when we get to there, I think were delivered. Besides the ending part, but other than that, yeah, the ladies did deliver, and they came out on top tonight as the solid match of the night.
Yeah, I thought this was a good match, and
And they
this
were
was
a
a
big
really good.
good spot.
Oh, in a good spot on the show. One
Yes.
of the best spots in the entire show, but definitely for that match was that super styles clash that
Hmm.
Mia did from the, I think it was the middle rope or the top rope, but
Yes.
um that was a really good spot in the match. And what I liked about this is that it was a great start for Mia Yim in 2024 because
Mm-hmm.
she she's excellent in the ring. Like she's
Mm-hmm.
really good in the ring, and I love that she went against Io because I feel that Mia meshes so well with the Joshi style, and she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't get a lot of opportunities to do that. And when she does, she pulls out matches like this.
Uh, for sure agree. Like I think they never gave Mia Yim a chance, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
She never really got a foot, like she never got time to like really like develop and cook and like have people love her. So hopefully this is a start, like you said, of her 2024 and going places. And like you said, she does her wrestling just like some of the Josies, and that's something that WWE does not have really like that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
besides like the others that are with that same background, but like
Mm-hmm.
it's something that's really good that I was happy to have her do tonight. She didn't win, but she did win. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, she didn't win, but she definitely won over the crowd a little bit more. That
Right.
spot
That's
again with the
yeah.
Super Styles clash has been good. I think when she came back and teamed up with the OG BC, um, everyone got excited, and I don't know. I feel like this should be Mia's year. You
Mhm.
know, I think that going into the Royal Rumble, now I'm excited to see what she does. Uh, at the Rumble, I am looking forward to seeing what is going to happen with her for the rest of the year. But this was a really good start for 2020 for Mia, for sure.
Yeah. Mhm.
Um,
Agreed.
but we got a little backstage segment from Damage Control. And Damage Control, what is going on with them? They're breaking up 1 minute, sort of teasing on it, and then another second, they're not. Bailey has a plan for Damage Control. She says that, she knows that the Kabuki Warriors are going to win the tag titles. Io Sky is already a champion, and then Bailey is going to win the Royal Rumble and challenge Rhea Ripley. Interesting.
This story can get fixed and make it work. If they're doing what if I think what they're doing, like you and I are on the same page, Alex. If they if she wins and supposedly pick Rhea, which we know that probably is not what's going to happen, or maybe she's going to be forced into picking the opposite answer.
Mm-hmm.
So it can get cooked up and we can make a story out of it and have us get from January to April.
Yeah.
Like we can get there. You just have to like you can make it, you can marinate it like you putting the seasoning right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put the seasoning on and like now we got to let it marinate. How are we going to get this to work? Because before we get it to cooking.
I agree. We're gonna have to really let it marinate. We had Bianca Belair show up. She's officially entered herself into the Royal Rumble. And she's trying to put a stop into Bayley's plan. And then Io said something, and Dakota Kai was like, hey, Io thinks that as the leader, you should do something about Bianca Belair and fix that problem. It's very fascinating the way that they are playing up with body language when it comes to damage control, because you can see the body language with Asuka and Kyrie when, Bayley is mentioning them winning the titles. It's like, oh yeah, us titles, like tag titles? Yeah, let's get back to that. And then when Bayley mentions winning the Royal Rumble, they kind of have a side eye, and then they look at Io. Like, there's a lot of storytelling with their body language, and it's perfect. And even in that little segment where you had Dakota kind of chime in and be like, hey, this is what Io thinks.
Right.
It almost feels like that's what Dakota thinks. And it feels like Dakota Kai is the mastermind. Yeah, is the puppet master for sure. I think it's all going to go down at the Royal Rumble. I think what's going to happen is two things. Either someone from Damage Control is going to cost Bayley the match, and something's going to happen between that. Somebody else wins. Maybe it's Jade Cargill wins the Royal Rumble. She goes on to face Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, and then they set up some kind of match with Io and Bayley, or maybe a triple threat, fatal 4-way, fatal 5-way, who knows. Or somebody in Damage Control tries to screw with Bayley. She eliminates them. She wins the Royal Rumble. She officially breaks up with Damage Control, and that's how she challenges Io at WrestleMania.
Okay. The breakup part is where I'm like, why would she want to leave them, right? Like, I feel like she would be more so forced out. But
I think she would be forced out, but I think, because again, I think that Bayley knows that she's a little bit of the oddball out.
Okay.
And I feel,
okay.
And again, when you go back to the body language, when they all left and you zoom into Bayley, like, Bayley looks shook. Bayley looks worried. Bayley,
because it's 4-on-1.
Yeah, it's 4-on-1, and she protected everybody in the War Games match.
Yes.
And then she was the one that got pinned.
Right.
Nobody protected her.
Right.
So there's that. There's that history. So I think
I see the little stories you got there going. I see the reasons of why. Okay. All right.
Thank you for letting me cook. I was a little chef in that kitchen right there. Just cooking up a storm over here.
Yes.
But yeah, that's how I think it's going to play out. But to me, Damage Control is a story I am invested in. I've been invested in it ever since War Games and before War Games, and so I think it's really just all going to play out. So we're just gonna have to see. But Maggie agrees. My guess is Kabuki Warriors successfully obtain the gold, and they kick Bayley for not winning the Rumble or something like that.
Something like Maggie. That's cool.
Yeah, something like that. I don't see Kabuki Warriors winning. I see the Unholy Union. Ooh.
Oh, I wouldn't be mad at that either, though.
I would love to see that.
Yes.
I would love to see that. Yeah. And Eugene Evans says she's realizing she's in over her head and has no friends. She does go against them. She doesn't have any friends.
Okay.
I don't think she has any
friends.
friends.
You guys convinced me, guys. All right. Dang, y'all ain't got to keep saying all the same stuff. Jesus.
Diner Dash over here.
It makes sense now. Like, okay, you guys just had to just tell me how I was gonna get there.
Just let us cook. Speaking about cooking, we had a little backstage segment with Paul Heyman. Actually, Paul Heyman cuts a promo about The Rock, how he's skipping the line to face Roman. He's setting up that that final match, who's gonna face Roman Reigns at Royal Rumble. But he also says there's not but one man on this planet who can beat Roman Reigns, and I think Paul Heyman is saying the thing that we're all agreeing, and that is Stardust is the man to defeat Roman Reigns and become the undisputed champion.
And finish his story.
He's got to finish the story, baby.
He has to. He has to.
He has to.
On night 2, he has to, man. You got to do it.
It has to happen. It has to happen. See, got the people going wild with my mic drop. You're welcome. You're welcome.
But no, this was a great promo by Paul Heyman, and who but him to say it instead of Roman, because I again, the way this show was going, I thought we were going to get an encounter with the two of them, or Roman cut a promo saying, or just laughing, like his dangerous deviant laugh, like ha 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 ha, like that's not how it go, but whatever. But yeah, but him just right, like just exactly, and he has that big grin and just smile, like, who do you like? I'm not worried, like what, like this is nothing. But that didn't happen. But good job to have Paul Heyman do it and continue what may or may not happen. We don't even know what they're doing. Like this is like they're playing with us. Like it's like the mouse and the and cheese is just like I'm trying to get it and I can't catch it. Tom and Jerry. I don't know. It's like something
I feel like we've been playing the Tom and Jerry game when it comes to Roman Reigns and The Rock for years.
For like years now. Like, and then
years.
The Rock will do this and come back like 10 months from now. Who knows? Like he was just last seen. When was he last seen? Was it the summer?
No, he was last seen in October.
Oh damn! I'm sorry. Okay.
No, it's okay. We all forgot. Listen, somebody else came through last year, and we forgot about everything.
Correct. That's a fact.
Our truth came back, and we just forgot about everything. I'm kidding. It was CM Punk. But yeah, he came back in October. Yeah, he was randomly in Denver for the college game day. Football. And so he came back, and that was it. I think he was also seen with Nick Khan this week during a football. I don't know, guys. The ball that's the shape, Taylor Swift's company, I guess. I don't know what it is, but The Rock was there, and he came through. I don't know. I have some thoughts, especially with this promo going into the main event that happened. But we got one more match to go over, and that is Pretty Deadly versus Butch, or I still call him Pete Dunne, and Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate. Tyler Bate was the surprise, partner
of his. I didn't think they was gonna pick. I didn't know who they really were going after. So great to see Tyler.
Who did you think they should have picked or was going for?
I didn't know if like Sheamus was gonna be available. Is he still like out or whatever? Like he could have came back. I really didn't know how they were going to like go with this story of like him and Pretty Deadly, if there even is a story. Let's see what happens for next week. But yeah, I didn't really know. Really didn't think about no one really to pick, but his other partner that's been gone for a while.
I mean, it's a cute little reunion.
It was cute, yeah.
They're former NXT UK champions. They have fought together plenty of times. They've come up together within the British wrestling scene. They were British strong style. They've really like adapted that style and put it into the WWE. And Tyler Bate wins his first SmackDown match for his SmackDown debut. He wins.
Great, good for him.
This is still going with the brawling brutes. I always want to say bruiserweight because that's what Pete Dunne was.
Yeah, exactly.
And I still call him Pete Dunne, so I don't call him Butch anymore. But
I thought they would have changed his name by now, though. Like, what are we doing this for?
Like, get back to Pete Dunne, honestly. But
Or just say Pete. Like if you don't want to say or just done. Like pick one.
Or just say Peter Dune. That's how I
Okay.
call him. That's what I
Yeah.
call him. You're like, okay, whatever. But I don't know. This for me, this match is like I'm getting bored because I want to see Pretty Deadly do something else. I love Pretty Deadly. I think they like, and again, that goes back to what we were talking about before, where it's they need to break up those tag titles. They need to do something with those tag titles and separate it and have just different championships on Monday Night Raw and then just have a championship on SmackDown, because by now I think Pretty Deadly would have been champions by now.
Right. Yeah, I think they again something that they didn't pull the triggers on because they have these tag titles wrapped up.
Mhm.
Um so yeah, I think that they were smoking hot, especially when they first came on. So it's like it should have been done by now. Like they were smoking hot, and it's like,
Yeah.
what happened?
Yeah. There's no real complaints from for this match from me. I just want to see Pretty Deadly move on and do something else with somebody else.
You
That's just me.
just over it? I mean, it is
I'm
boring. It's like the same copy, repeat, repaste. We're doing everything like.
I'm bored. I'm bored. I wanna see them do something else. I would love, and I don't know how you felt about. Do you remember the the Fashion Police with Fandango and Tyler
Yes,
Breeze?
yes, yes.
I don't think that they should recycle that, but I think that they should do some kind of, maybe not Fashion Police, but some kind of like these backstage vignettes or these like backstage
They can
segments with
do they.
Pretty Deadly.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like
Uh
maybe even doing like an America's Next Top Model kind of thing.
I was thinking maybe Project Runway, something like that. Because
Ooh,
remember
I
they
love
had they
that.
had the row of judges, so you can have different things. Like it doesn't have to be like exactly like to like the whole Project Runway, but they can like tweak it and do it like some kind of way like that. But in that type of forum, like they have to be sitting, and they have to have their clipboards, and they have to be grading people and be like telling them like you got to make it work, or like go into the workroom, like stupid things like that. Like make little vignettes from that.
Yeah, that would be so much fun. And like imagine every week there's a different judge, so you can have like the Hurricane be a judge, or you can have like
Ah,
Molly Holly, or even like Right to Censor Ivory. Like that would
that
be
would
so
be
much
that
fun to
would
play with.
yes, yes. And they probably call them like aunties or like miss some weird names or whatever, like because they're older of them, of course. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
that'd be really good, like fashion, like that would be something good. Yeah, don't do the whole like cop thing. It's like we changed, like the shows have changed reality TV. Like do something like weird like that.
Yeah. I agree. But
We'll see.
I'm bored, but it was a cute match. Congrats to Tyler Bate for getting his first win for his SmackDown debut. But let's move on to the main event. It was Randy Orton versus AJ Styles versus LA Knights. A good old little triple threat to start off the year for the first SmackDown of 2024. And the winner goes on to face Roman for the Undisputed Championship at the Royal Rumble. You were very satisfied with this ending, right?
Because I don't know if I was with you or was it with Stephanie. I know, or maybe I said it to both of you guys, but I said Roman Reigns can't be the ultimate tribal chief unless he goes into a match that he hasn't done.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a fatal four way. How do we get to the fatal four way? This is how we get there. We have a triple threat. He comes out and just massacres the whole thing. And I love how they had Nick, what's his name? What's his name, man?
Nick Aldis.
Aldis. Nick, why am I saying Nick? I don't know why. Nick Aldis. We had Nick Aldis just standing there, just letting him, like Roman do this melee. And we're all thinking that he's in cahoots with them or whatever. But no. He's like, tell him he's got a fatal four way at the Royal Rumble. And the way Paul Heyman's face just acts is just like beautiful stuff, friends. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah. Jeffrey agrees. They said, "You did call it. You
Thank
called
you.
it.
Thank you.
You called it." Eugene says, "I need Roman to stack him again." Chill. Not a WrestleMania, what is it, 37 all over again with Edge and Bryan Danielson. Listen, Roman Reigns pinned Edge and Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, as you will, and
Yep.
sent them into the shadow realm that is AEW. Okay, so who
Yes.
knows what Roman Reigns is gonna do with AJ Styles, LA Knight, and Randy Orton? He's gonna send them to New Japan into that other shadow realm. Who knows? But I think with
Oh God, I love
this,
it.
I don't know how I feel about this ending because it was a good match and just like a weak ending to me.
Oh, the match was cooking. I felt like they was just getting somewhere. Like those near falls that like those last three. You was like, oh, he got it. Oh,
Yeah.
that RKO just came out of no. It was like really really good. And then Roman's music. His music shouldn't even came like hit. He should have just came like Solo should have just came running from like the like backstage, and then Paul Heyman and Roman just come down the middle and just start doing shit.
But
It
he's
just
the
it's
tribal chief. He needs to make his presence known. I guess. I don't
I guess I mean maybe.
know. I I just like yeah, I thought that the match was cooking, and I think that with Roman interrupting, and then Nick Aldis determines, like he tells Paul Heyman, it's like, I hope you guys are happy because he just made this into a fatal 4-way, and this is what he's going to get at the Royal Rumble. It's a lot to cook here, because you can play around with a lot. We got only 3 more weeks
Weeks till.
until the Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
And now you've got Randy, you've got AJ, you got LA still in the mix, and it kind of feels like it's like, okay, these 3 are the leftovers. Let's just throw it all together in the blender for the Royal Rumble, and Roman will beat them here. And that's it. And
Mm-hmm.
Roman has faced everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe at the Royal Rumble, Paul, that is determined, and then The Rock comes down, and they have the stare off, and then they set up for the Elimination Chamber, because I feel that that is going to happen. I think Rock versus Roman is going to happen at the Elimination Chamber. I don't think it's for the title. I think that maybe Roman may think that The Rock is after the championship,
Mm-hmm.
but that feud, that match doesn't need that championship,
No,
because
it doesn't. It doesn't. It means nothing. The point of the point of their match is who's the head of the table. So it's about them red beads.
about the red beads. It's true. It's true. It's about the red beads. It's about the lays. It's about the legacy. It's about the bloodline. It's about like who is the leader of the
When
bloodline.
he became the tribal chief, they gave him the lays. Don't y'all?
They
It was in
did.
the pandemic. We was at the Thunderdome. I remember it.
I do. I remember it too. And that's where, the tribal chief began. That was the humble beginnings, that was the origin. That's part of the lore. And
So I, I
I
I wouldn't be mad. Like, yeah, their match is to say, I gave you this, or we gave you this so that you can take our family to another level. And you've assassinated our name. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the right word.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like you've messed up the name. Now you have to fight us, and we have to do this, and we're gonna take you down for real this
yeah.
time,
Yeah. But
Jimmy.
Jimmy, you got one job to do. But with Paul mentioning The Rock during the promo and saying that there's like no one, no one left on this planet to face or to beat Roman, I think the seeds are being planted that The Rock is going to be the first person in what, 4 years, 3
For you.
years,
Mm-hmm.
4 years. The Rock is going to be the first person to pin Roman. And that's good because he's not pinning him for the championship.
Yep.
And that is going to shake Roman leading in to WrestleMania. And WrestleMania, I think Cody's going to finish the
Mm.
story. I think Cody's going to finish the story,
So
but
you
I
think
think
it's
The Rock,
elimination chamber?
I think it's going to happen in the Elimination Chamber. It's just going to be their match. It's going to be The Rock versus Roman Reigns. I think it's going to be the main event at the Elimination Chamber. I think it's a huge match to book for what feels like, you know, they're building up to be a big show in the Elimination Chamber in Australia. You know, like I
Yes.
mentioned this on my podcast earlier today, but it feels like WWE right now for the rest of the year, they're setting up this process that the main 4 pay-per-views, which is the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series, they're not just the big 4 anymore. They're the big 4, and they're always going to remain the big 4. But now with the
We have
success
other
of
Backlash,
exactly with the success that
Elimination
happened at
Chambers.
Backlash,
We have
exactly,
other supporting pay-per-views to help lead us into one of the big 4s. Oh my God. Sell it, girlfriend.
it's
Yes.
exactly.
I'm getting
Run me my
goosebumps.
check,
Yes,
Triple
ma'am.
H.
Yes.
World Wrestling Entertainment, run me my check.
Because if you didn't tell me Backlash didn't feel like a big ass event, like leading from night 1 of WrestleMania, then to like, you know, night 2 was, you know, good too. But like you went into this pay-per-view like, I mean, hot strong. And boy did you deliver. And you should keep Backlash in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Period.
exactly.
Let them
Well,
have that show.
Backlash. So last year, right? Backlash, incredible show in Puerto Rico. Then you had Money in the Bank in London, another
Yes.
incredible show.
Yep.
And then if you think about the house show that they had in France is what led to the
Them going
show
back
now
to
that's booked
in
for
France.
Backlash. Exactly. And they did
Oh,
announce
Backlash is in
this week.
France.
Backlash is in France this year.
Oh, they're
And
gonna cook. They are going to cook.
they are going to cook. And going into this week, we found out that Money in the Bank is going to be in Toronto this year. So it feels like they're setting up the other pay-per-views to be just as big because the PLEs, they're moments, you know, like that's what it is. WWE is sports entertainment. WWE is that. It's entertainment. And sure, in a wrestling textbook, it'd be great to have The Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania 40 at that, right? 40 is a milestone. That's a huge milestone. And that would make all the sense in the world. But in terms of business and making that shmoney, it makes sense to have it at the Elimination Chamber.
You're right. You're right. And it's in Australia.
Perth, yeah.
Oh, so he getting 2 checks. He getting the U.S. check and he getting the check from them people over there. The Rock is not. The Rock is one thing. The Rock is not. It's dumb.
Yeah, and he needs to give that second check to me, like a stimulus check from the government.
Right. Exactly. There you go. Run me one too. But yeah,
Yeah.
it makes sense. Yeah. You have to have these other shows to.
Yeah. And I think with, like you said, you got to have these other shows, right? You got to have these other shows to be exciting. And think about the last time that a pay-per-view right before WrestleMania, how much anticipation there was, you know, going into WrestleMania. I mean, definitely last year's Elimination Chamber when you had Sammy versus Roman.
Right.
But this feels like the perfect setup for Cody to win at WrestleMania. Cody had his moment last year, and I mean, there was nothing really shaking the ground for Roman going into WrestleMania last year. But in my eyes, Cody Rhodes is, or rather, Roman Reigns is the final boss to Cody Rhodes right now in his career, in this moment in time. However, The Rock is Roman Reigns' final boss. And if he can't beat him, then I think it's going to land into his mentality that he possibly can't beat anybody. If he can't beat The Rock, if he can't be the official head of the table, you know, and you got to shake that up, you know, you got to find the weak points. And I think having The Rock coming in and having The Rock face Roman at Elimination Chamber, I think that Roman is going to win the match at the Royal Rumble. I think he's going to have that triple stack up pin, you know, and then if you smell, gonna break out, huge ass pop in Tampa, and that's the stare down that we get. We set it up, Roman versus Rock at Elimination Chamber, It's a great match, but The Rock pins Roman. He is the first one to pin Roman in 4 years, and then you set up the weakness of Roman going into WrestleMania.
I want to see it.
Thank you.
I want to see it. That's all I got to say.
You're like, just book my
Book
book
it.
my trip. Book my trip.
Have my
Well,
bags
hey,
ready.
listen, the wrestling club's gonna love that since they're going to
Yep.
WrestleMania.
Yep. Yes, they are. They're going to be in
Listen,
the house that
you
night.
you
Or both
cannot
nights.
tell me, you cannot tell me that Cody Rhodes is gonna lose at WrestleMania in front of those kids. Ain't no way.
You know what?
Ain't no way.
You might be right, friend. You might be right.
You tell them that. You
Yeah.
tell them that.
Man, they good. Those children yeah, they can't lose it for they were upset when they went last year, and that'll have the whole much more. They probably give them a whole section because they're not trying to see that man lose. They might want to fight the tribal chief himself.
Oh my god. Do
Can
you
you
remember?
imagine?
Do you remember that year when Bianca Belair won the main event against Sasha and her dad
Yes,
tried to hop the barricade to celebrate?
yes, yes.
That's gonna be the kids hopping the barricade
Yeah.
if Roman beats Cody. They're gonna have their book bags and their pencils and just throw it at Roman.
They're gonna be pissed. Oh, they're gonna be pissed. Ugh.
I wouldn't want to mess with those kids.
No, nope. Mm-mm.
I wouldn't want to mess with them.
You don't. They don't. Yeah, they don't want the smoke.
No, they've been to so many promotions now. I wouldn't ever
Yeah,
want to have the smoke on them. They
and
know the
they're
ins
having
and
a ball.
outs.
Yeah, they're getting something that I mean we have all like could even imagine like doing to like
Yeah.
why not only be young and to like wrestling. It's dope. Now I have a teacher who has a platform to now take us places to see said wrestling shows, which is like goosebumps. Like
Mm-hmm.
these kids like watch this on TV and like fantasize about these things. Now they're going to shows and they're meeting wrestlers.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest like I think all of us are living vicariously through them.
I think that is the joy about the wrestling club is that right I'm 32 years old. So I grew up within the Attitude Era. I grew up
Mhm.
within like the Ruthless Aggression era. And that was the thing is that we all got picked on for being wrestling fans,
Mhm.
right? We
Mhm.
all didn't really have a space like the wrestling club to celebrate the passion of being a wrestling fan.
Mhm.
And to have this opportunity to not only be passionate about wrestling, but to be a kid, like that's my favorite thing. I tweeted this out. That's my favorite thing about going to wrestling shows is to see the kids
Mhm.
react and see the kids fall in love with their new favorite wrestlers. And I think that's the beauty of watching them every week on Twitter and on TikTok is to see the kids like light up about matches that we have watched, that we have
Yes.
grown up watching,
Yes. Yes.
and that
Yes.
now it's passed on to another generation. Like that's a beautiful thing, and it's unfortunate that they're going to see Cody Rhodes lose at WrestleMania and get humbled. Now I'm kidding, but even Jeffrey agrees. Victor better not have them in the front row.
I mean, listen.
uh,
Now I'll let y'all know what happened. I'll give y'all a front row seat to see what happened when
oh
we get
my
there.
god. Anywho, that's our show, folks. That is
Yes.
Know Your Role, the SmackDown post show here on bodyslam.net. Of course, please subscribe to the channel. Krssi, where can the people find you and the wrestling club?
So guys, the wrestling club, you can follow us on Twitter. You got Victor Perry and which is Wildflower. Uh Perry, I believe. I can't remember the whole thing. And then you have the wrestling club itself, Twitter page. So follow them and on TikTok and Instagram. It's on. I think it's on all platforms. To be honest, like it's everywhere. Other than that, you can find myself. Um, you can find me 11:05 a.m. every Saturday with True Hill Heat. Be there as we talk about everything wrestling for the week, anything news, and we give our best 5 matches of the week. Other than that, you can find me serving Face of Hills. Come back with with your tag partner, when it was my tag partner, Stephanie Hypes. On Sundays, we talk about all things female wrestling. So, yes, join us there.
Oh, do you mean this Stephanie Hypes?
That's Stephanie
Stephanie
Hypes.
Hypes
Yes.
Of SmackDown fame? Stephanie
Yes.
Hypes?
Yes.
Is
That's
that
that.
is that
Oh my
is
God. I
that who
love
you
that.
mean?
I just
Our
adore that.
meme queen.
Yeah.
Our meme queen.
That she is. That she is. We are doing that 11:05 on Sunday, so we are busy this weekend. And that's it. Other than that, True Hill Krssi Love on Twitter. IG is Krssi Love _1. That is a lot to say.
Girl. Imagine, yeah, I
I
know.
didn't ever
I
know.
know.
I never knew I would say all that stuff. Wow. Okay.
It's like word vomit. You just got to let it all flow out, and then if you forget something, then it'll keep you up late at night, you know? Anywho, people, I'm Alex Lajas. You can follow me at Queen of the Ring with 2 G's on Twitter. You can follow me on Instagram at _Queen of the Ring. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Queen of the Ring Wrestling. Just released the season 2 premiere of my podcast. Episode 1 is out on the YouTubes and anywhere you find your beautiful podcasts in your little beautiful ear biscuits. And I think that's it. Oh, twitch.tv/Queen of the Ring. You follow Church of Joshi, Chosha Joshi on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch as well. And see, it's hard. It's hard when you got a lot of things to promote.
Gotta get all the plugs in.
Gotta get all the plugs in. But yeah, Krssi, thank you so much for joining and always filling in for the SmackDown post show. We love you and we appreciate you.
Thank you so much for keep calling me. I'm available. Just call me if you need me. But yes, love just doing this. Thank you guys. This is so fun.
She's like, Kim Possible, call me, reach me if you want to beat me or beat me. Oh man, it's past 11. I'm done.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.